Well, welcome to Triad Golf Podcast. We're here at the Carolinas PGA Super Show, which is their annual merchandise show here at the Greensboro Convention Complex. And with me are Jay Allred, as always, the former publisher of Triad Golf Magazine and the founder 30 years ago. And Mike Long, the golf professional at the Valley in Burlington. He's been around a long time and actually knows a lot of stories about Jay, but that we're not going to be able to get into.
True. Very true.
But let me start off, Mike. What have you seen here? You seen anything good?
Yeah, well, I haven't been through the whole show, but I've seen lots.
Yeah, I should have started off by saying there's a couple hundred, maybe more than that, displays of all the golf manufacturers. The big boys are all here. Your Callaways, your Titleists, TaylorMade, they're all here. Plus some other people. People have niche businesses. Maybe they sell club head covers or art or anything else.
A lot of clothing.
A lot of clothing. You're right, Jay. We're going to have to, I was thinking about stealing some off the racks later, but there's a lot of displays.
They don't bring extra large.
Extra large? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought you'd say three extra. But anyway, and you can see in the background is the Wanamaker Trophy, which they have brought here. The Wanamaker is the trophy for the PGA Championship, which will be held at Quail Hollow in Charlotte in May. So you guys get a chance to look at that. I know myself and Jay have already taken our photos with it, so we can claim that we won it. But anyway, we're here.
Just couldn't touch it. Don't touch the trophy.
Don't touch the trophy. That's right.
I thought we were supposed to kiss the trophy.
You know what? They had a guard there. I don't know. That looks like it's just up for the taking. So anybody who wants a trophy, come on by the Greensboro Civic Center. No. Anyway, Mike is the golf professional at the Valley, and Mike, you've worked other places mostly in Burlington County, right?
Alamance County, yeah.
Alamance County. Yeah. Burlington's a city. I'm sorry. I know that.
Yeah, Burlington.
You can tell John's not a local.
I've been here 7-8 years now, Jay. I'm not going to say that I consider Alamance County Raleigh just because the people in Alamance County do. That doesn't mean
we don't claim Raleigh. Are you kidding?
Durham?
No.
Yes, it was Orange County.
Okay. Yeah. Orange County won't even allow Buc-ee's. So what kind of place is that?
Exactly. Alamance County will.
Yeah. Right.
Anything goes in Alamance.
Wide open. Well, anyway, Mike, a lot of people here have been talking about the hurricane. Did you guys come out? Your course is right on a river, right? River?
Yeah, we've had a couple good storms got us back in July and August, and had a lot of trees down, but we got them knocked out and cleaned up. Golf course looks good.
So it only took maybe a couple weeks, maybe? Or
No, we're still working on it.
Oh, wow!
It's we took a pretty good hit, but golf course looks great.
Did you have flooded fairways or anything?
Oh,
like that?
2 or 3 times, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it got it cleaned up. It puts the top dressing on the fairways.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize the sand, comes. Like a lot of times they'll mine sand out of rivers and everything.
Well, I hear
so when
about
it floods,
silt.
It's normal. A lot of times you get sand and everything, and that works out okay.
Yeah, it'll dry up in a couple of days.
So, will you be back, say by March or April? Be back to where you should be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Looks good. It really looks good now. Just dormant.
Just how deep you go into the woods getting stuff out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
hope you don't run across a skunk.
You got a story on that, Jay?
Oh my God! Yes, I got skunked. Jay was out playing in a tournament they were having, and Jay said, "Mike, you got a pet skunk over here on number 12."
Yeah, the skunk. He was just hanging out.
So I go over. I said, "We don't have a pet skunk. The damn thing had rabies." So I go over there with a golf club. Well, I had to take care of the skunk.
Yeah.
Well, when I popped the thing on the head and I took off running, well, I got away from it, but then the skunk was laying there, so I had to get the skunk off the fairway. And as I drove back on the cart, I noticed this mist in the air. I thought, that was weird. And so I get back on the cart after I disposed of the skunk, get back up to the clubhouse, and I still smell skunk. And everybody else is smelling skunk. Well, unbeknownst to me, I had gotten sprayed. And I ended up, I had to take everything off to get in my truck. I mean, I'm in my underwear driving home.
Right away, I want to clarify one thing, that this is Mike Long. This is what he does at his club. If you're with PETA or anybody like that, Jay and I are totally against killing skunks.
But it was rabbit. It was rabbit. That's what it was. It was actually very strange. At the mouth? Yeah, and it was just kind of looking at you. And the concern is that it bites or attacks someone.
Well,
it wasn't moving real fast or anything, but you just and I was personally concerned that somebody would think, oh, it's a pet skunk, let me go pet it, type of thing, and it could be really bad for someone. And so the only person injured was Mike, and mostly his pride.
So what have I heard that you put ketchup on yourself, or tomatoes?
I took about 7 showers and vinegar and mustard and ketchup. It didn't matter to me. I had to get it off, but it
sounds like he's a hot dog or something.
It took about 2 days before I was back to normal.
So, back to right now, I guess we've had it's been a terrible winter. It seems like it has to be for golf.
It has. It's been, we're due one. We've been very fortunate to have good golf weather for the last 5 years now. It's about due. We'll come out of it in a couple weeks.
My count is it's been like 2 or 3 days maybe in 2025 that were comfortable days. I'm not saying you couldn't go out there when it was 40 degrees and play golf, but good, nice days.
Yeah, it's been that way. But we got some
you don't have a lot of people that play in the winter. You have those people that they're going to play every day, but it's not huge numbers. So something like this, it impacts you, but you can make it up with just a few good days. Let's say if you get 5 extra good days in the summer, you make it up. So you can overcome it pretty well and everything.
Yeah, so, it comes back. It does.
But also, like if you get like evening thunderstorms in the summertime for about 3 weeks, that can wreck you really bad.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, the day we were over at Reynolds Park, that it was really nice, and they had a full tee sheet. So I guess that happens too.
Right.
When your weather's terrible, you get a good day, and you can't get a tee time there. It's full.
They roll in. If you can get a good weekend day, good Saturday, Sunday, this time of year, you'll make it up.
Yeah. Let's say you average 45 degrees, but every day's 45 degrees, that's not good. It's better that you average 45 degrees and it looks like a heartbeat going up and down, where you have, a 65 and a 35. That'll work out much better in the golf industry.
Absolutely.
So Mike, did you see anything that anything special out there on the floor?
Well, there's a those little vibrating
hot dog scooter.
No, it's a balance thing. And, you got to go try that thing.
I mean, I'm a lot bigger than you are. That's probably why I went to the hot dogs.
It vibrates, and it's really, you got to go.
It makes you stronger and everything.
It really does. Yeah. I mean, I got a new knee in that thing. It loosened it up. It feels great.
All right, let's get away from the vibrating hot dog thing, okay? So,
anyway, well, they have the scooters. They have the scooters with, like your beverage cart. They have the scooter now.
All right,
with the hot dogs.
I got you. Well, Mike, tell us what's going on at the Valley. Anything besides cleaning it up?
Well, it's rocking. We really are in good shape, and we're just ready for some good weather.
So we took the Indians out of your name, right? It used to be Indian Valley.
Actually, people don't quite understand that. I'll try to make it a short story. Back in the old days, I say old days, back in the 70s, 80s, early 90s, everybody would call Shamrock the Rock. They call Southwick the Wick, and they call Indian Valley the Valley. So when they did a study, Elon did a marketing study, what do they call Indian Valley? Because we had 3 or 4 different logos, and nobody really knew about the Valley. They called it, and so
it was kind of the locals' name was the Valley.
It was, and so they just said, let's just change the name to the Valley, and that's how it really came about. It really wasn't to take the Indian out of it.
Okay.
My wife's Indian, and she's disappointed that it's not Indian Valley, but a lot of people still call it Indian Valley.
Well, Burlington's a pretty big place, a pretty thriving place between Greensboro and Durham, Raleigh. There's not really much public golf in Burlington, is there? Besides you guys, I mean, near you, there's some.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. 10 years ago, well, 15 years ago, we had 9 golf courses in Alamance County. Now we're down to 5 good golf courses, and it's where it needs to be, I think.
Okay.
It was probably overbuilt there for 4 or 5
when I
years.
started Triad Golf Today, it had the most golf holes per person
Wow.
in the country.
So it takes about 4,500 people to make up 30,000 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, Alamance County only had 166,000 when Jay started that thing. Now we're north of 200, I would think.
Wow.
And now we got the right amount of golf courses to make that up.
And Indian Valley it's now municipally owned, but it wasn't until when? When did it go municipal?
No, they bought it, the city bought it I live in Burlington, so we bought it in, right out, I think it went into bankruptcy back in the early 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, a guy was building a development out there and golf course, and interest rates shot up in the 70s and forced him into bankruptcy. Was it Porterfield was the name?
I think so.
Yeah, I went to school with his son when I was in elementary school.
I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a little bit more challenging than a lot of municipal golf courses.
Oh, it's an awesome.
Yeah. Ellis Maples.
Yeah, Ellis Maples design. It really is. I mean, like a third hole. We got the longest par 5 in Alamance County. It's
Okay.
It's 599 from the back tees.
I'd go 1 yard back.
It's really a good test of golf because it's 6,700 from the back tees. If you do that for par 70, it's really a tough golf course.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And what are the greens now? Are the greens bent?
We're bent grass, yeah, but they're really good. We've got a great staff, great team. They've done really a phenomenal job getting it in good shape. I'm very proud of it.
Is there one hole? Everybody says every hole they have is a signature hole, but what is the most talked about hole you would say at the Valley?
Number 8's pretty
Cursed
tough.
or in a good way?
It's most talked about. either good or bad.
I would say 8's a pretty tough par 3. You got water left, bunkers right, and slope green right toward the water, so it can play right at 200 yards from the back tee, and it's a pretty tough,
So
shot.
you guys also have a driving range. I've
Range,
seen.
yeah.
You have a range. You got a grill.
Yeah, we got a little grill there. Yeah.
Mike makes championship hot dog
Oh,
chili.
I got a good in on the chili with Zach's. Yeah.
And you got a pretty nice pro shop too. I mean, pretty spacious for a municipal golf course.
Been working on it. Yeah.
So you can go by there, I guess, and buy golf clubs.
Oh, absolutely.
Very
A
good.
little bit of everything.
Okay. Anything? What does your clientele look like? Is it a lot of Elon students?
Yes, we do quite a lot with Elon. Elon's some of our best clients. We got, people say, well, you got all those Elon students over there, but I love them. They're awesome. They really are. They come over every day. You'll be amazed. You look at the tee sheet and you go, wow, there's not really that much going on this afternoon. And then by 12 o'clock, all the kids are getting out of class, so they're coming over at 3 and you're packed. So we love it.
So tell me about playing at the course. Do you have to have a tee time? Do you do it online? What are your rates like, Mike?
Yeah, our rates for seniors during the weekday, Monday through Thursday, $30. Friday, 39 and 50, well, 45 on the weekends for seniors. But then we'll run from 30 to 50 depending on what time and what week, what day.
Okay, and I will tell people that if you're going to go there, which I recommend, use your Google Maps if you're not familiar with Burlington, because it can be tricky for stupid people like me who don't use Google Maps.
Well,
so anyway,
it is a little tricky.
but it's a great golf course, and I thank you, Mike, for
Well,
stopping by.
tell me about Triad Golf Today.
Oh, we're going to. Yeah, Triad Golf. Yeah, I appreciate that, Mike. Yeah, we've recently got a new website. It's still Triad Golf, but it's updated. We do stories every day on it now. It's not an afterthought like it maybe was last year with me. We also have this podcast, which we're going to do weekly, and the magazine will resume in April when it gets warm. We've always taken kind of the winter months kind of off, and so that's what we're doing. We're trying to get the word out about what's going on. It's an exciting time. I think a lot of people are anxious for the season, especially after this awful weather. We had something recently about the college season's getting ready to kick off, and there's 2 or 3 really good players in Alamance County that we may talk about later. And Jay's getting ready to win the state with his Reagan boys team. Right, Jay?
Well, we got a really good team. But I'm going to just say Mike has an incredible staff there in Indian Valley. He really had the benefit of inheriting Claudie Allred, as I refer to
that's a
as
familiar
cousin
name.
Claudie.
He's awesome. Well, I just had Fred who just came by. He's one that's done a great job. Fred Ireland.
Does Claudia work at the family's cafeterias, the KW
we are
cafeterias?
Not the KW side. We are the cornbread aristocracy of Caswell County. We are not the K&W cafeteria side.
Is there an oxymoron in that Caswell County
well, we were
aristocracy?
all just a bunch of farmers eating beans and cornbread and killing a hog every year, and that's about it. But yeah, Mike's got cousin Claudie, who he's been there. I don't know how many years he's
one
been
of the
there.
longest. I think
He's probably in his 80s, isn't he?
Close.
Yeah, because him and my dad were close,
and
everything
I
growing
hope his
up.
wife's doing better. She's been in the hospital.
Yeah, so cousin Claudie's family farm, that Allred, backed up to my grandfather's farm.
Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'd like to say that Jay, the whole Triad Golf today has been going. When did you start that thing?
94, I think.
94.
It's over 30. I always say more than in its fourth decade.
94. Yeah.
But if you want to know about what's going on in the Triad Triangle, that's your source. So I highly recommend going. I can't wait to see the site. I haven't really been on it.
I
lately.
appreciate the checks in the mail.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Well, it's awesome.
Well, Mike Long, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to welcome Rick Dail to the show. Rick is with Dail Golf.
Yes, sir.
He's a business guy. His brother Jeff is is it agronomics side of it, or what should we say?
He's the grass guy.
He's the grass guy.
He is the grass guy, but he's managed, and built a lot of golf courses too. So grass is just part of it.
Lot of stuff going on with you. You've Dail Golf is. Well, why don't you tell me what Dail Golf does? You do so much. Might be better.
So we're involved in, hey, nice Appalachian State backpack there. I like it. Dail Golf is involved in management, everything from the business operations to managing the agronomy side, maintenance, etc. We build and remodel golf courses, and we'll do everything from storm damage, like in the mountains after Helene. We've got a couple projects up there. What just came through, last night, all the crazy gale force stuff. We've done full restorations on 30-year-old courses.
Yeah, well, maybe.
And we'll do the finances and all the marketing too, so everything in between.
Well, let's start at the courses here in the Triad that you are affiliated with now.
Okay.
So, Oak Valley in advance, right?
Oak Valley Golf Club, yes, sir.
Right. Meadowlands.
Yep, Meadowlands Golf Club.
I guess. What do we call that? What town do we call a Meadowlands? Winston-Salem or do
Meadowlands is Winston-Salem,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's kind of outside of it, so.
The post office is Winston-Salem.
Okay.
It's a Winston-Salem address.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You've got Caswell Pines.
Correct.
Up here, Yanceyville.
Yanceyville, yep.
Help me out here.
Siler City Country
Siler
Club.
City Country Club, which the magazine did a story on last year. Let's see. What about your new ones now, or your other ones? You got a new one in Raleigh, is that right?
Yes, sir. Hedingham Golf Club in eastern side of Raleigh, near eastern side of Wake County near Dail, right on the border there. We did the restoration at Hill Farm.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
involved
marvelous.
with those
Incredible.
guys.
Incredible.
Okay. Your courses, you have a lot of different courses under the umbrella. Some of them are Bob Greer's golf courses. He's got like 4 or 5 if you count the 2 in Virginia. What are the 2 in Virginia?
Bob's a great partner. Yeah, absolutely. And then
That's Draper Valley and Holston Hills. Is that right?
correct, right.
Okay. Which aren't too far out of the Triad. I mean,
No, they're from the Greensboro area. You're looking a couple hours
okay.
into Virginia, maybe.
Okay. And you do some construction. You mentioned Hill Farm. There's a couple other courses that you've worked on. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're at Sapona now, doing a bunker project, restoring a couple of bunkers, putting some capillary concrete in. We've got also on the books. We've got a number of courses in the Raleigh area, the Heritage, the Preserve. We've got some projects coming up in the mountains, Linville Land Harbor. Got a lot of work to do up there after the landslides and the flooding. We've been down in Florida recently with our construction crew down there. So we're kind of all over the Southeast.
So let me just kind of share this with people so you know. Rick's brother, Jeff, was the superintendent at Forest Oaks. It's been a superintendent,
General manager and
builder.
superintendent, right?
Yeah, so, and Jeff's been doing it for how long? 20, 30 years, right?
Yeah, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Started in high school, just weed eating, and ended up at NC State, and has done everything from completely built golf courses for Fazio or restored courses for.
He was also the
Davis
superintendent when the Wyndham, or what it was called at the time, whoever was sponsoring it, was at Forest
He was the general
Oaks.
manager there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've hit upon some mountain courses. You talked about Florida. Was there just a lot of damage repair to do from storms?
There was, always is, but we're involved on a consulting basis at a couple of courses down there, and so the complexities. It's been a learning curve for me, learning how complex the golf industry is. Everything from your deferred maintenance to cleaning up after storms, and Dail Golf is a shared resource platform, is the way to think of us. So if we have a relationship with you and you've got too much on your plate with all of your regular programming, annual and monthly needs, we can come in with a construction crew and help take care of let's just say the middle of the alphabet, so that you can take care of the beginning and the end and keep all your carts and all your golfers, but we can take care of a lot of the deferred maintenance stuff and a lot of the cleanup stuff that comes up over and over and over again in the life cycle of the golf course.
And when you have multiple courses that you're managing, you can use the equipment at various of the courses. You don't have to have equipment for every golf course. Is that right?
Pretty common for us to use equipment from course A to course B and et cetera.
Which in
And
theory,
then we own a bunch of equipment too.
which in theory should make it easier for people like Jay and me to pay the greens fees, right?
That's
Keeps the
right.
costs down.
Absolutely. That's right.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to have all of their own construction equipment or construction crews.
So Jeff, as I mentioned before, was a superintendent and a general manager before, but the company, I think, is only about 6 or 7 years old, isn't it?
That's correct. June 2018, 2019 is when it started.
Okay, and it's grown to, I wasn't able to count. It was more than 2 hands, I think. That's how I count, but I don't.
That's a good way to count. Yeah.
I used to
If
use
I don't
my
have
foot.
my abacus in front of
Yeah.
me, then I'll use 2 hands. Yeah.
So it's grown a lot, and I guess that's the way golf's going, isn't it? People to have management companies that have multiple properties so they can be more efficient on costs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how did you get roped into to working with Jeff?
Man, I just got tired of him asking if I can come help out. He and Ben and the other folks that have been with Jeff for years basically got tired of taking care of all the stuff that nobody else wants to do.
Right.
You have to do. Somebody has to do payroll. Somebody has to do HR. Somebody has to do keep up with all the insurance. And so when you start to explode all of those things out, and that's where Jeff said, "Hey, here's just kind of a bowl of spaghetti. If you can just take all that and take care of it, so we can go grow grass and build greens and keep the wheels of industry turning in the background." So that's how I got sucked into Dail Golf, I guess.
Something I should have mentioned was you and Jeff both grew up at Forest Oaks. Is that right?
We lived in Greensboro, and then we moved out to Forest Oaks my senior year of high school. So I ended up living there for a couple months before I went to Appalachian, and then Jeff finished up high school behind me. So
yeah, Jeff's story that he's told me is he worked there when he was in high school.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, hey, anything special? I mean, you got a lot going on. Any projects? Sapona's getting new bunkers, you said, right? A lot of cleanup in the mountains.
Yes, sir.
Anything else with any of your other properties?
Every day. We're talking to courses every day, looking at projects for the courses that we manage, as well as new ones on the horizon. So, as well as management conversations. So it's a very dynamic time in the industry.
Well, Rick,
I would say like with management contracts, it's people like an owner buys a golf course,
right,
and then after a while goes, I don't know nothing about running a golf course, and I'm tired of getting these phone calls. Let me hire somebody to take those phone calls for me so I can enjoy the property I purchased.
Yeah.
That and I've also
That'd be a good
you
summary.
can't make any money running a golf.
The sexy side of golf is owning the course or
Right.
playing the course. The very non-sexy side of golf is everything that happens in order to keep that course up and running, make sure that 364 days a year, the one day you happen to step out there and want to play golf, you have a great experience.
Yeah.
How do you do that with just all the facets,
Yeah.
all the different parts and pieces that go behind, that go into the golfer experience? So that's where we come in, is making sure that all of that is happening every day.
Well, I appreciate it, and it's good to talk to you.
Thank you, guys.
Tell Jeff we say hello.
Absolutely, will do.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes, sir. Thank you both.